Welcome to Sister Sessions, a podcast where two sisters on very different journeys explore what it means to live spiritually in today's world. My sister, Jenny Fairbank, is the co-founder and spiritual director of Wisdom Pathways, a yoga and meditation teacher, and a somatic healer devoted to guiding others toward inner peace. And I'm Susie Gustin, a mom of three, producer and owner of Red City Live Entertainment, embracing life's joys while searching for deeper meaning. Together, we have honest, relatable conversations about finding balance, purpose, and connection in everyday life. So settle in. You are exactly where you need to be. Welcome to Sister Sessions. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sister Sessions podcast, where we get divine and real. I am Susie Gustin, and I'm here with my sister and co-host, Jenny Fairbank.
Hello there.
And today we are welcoming one of Jenny's dear friends, Cristina Crow.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Susie. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Cristina. Welcome.
Thank you.
So to tell our listeners a little bit about Cristina, Cristina is a Reiki master and past life regressionist living in Wimberley, Texas. She's been on a spiritual journey her entire life, and her passion lies in exploring our relationship to the spirit world. Jenny and Cristina began working together in May of 2024, and during one of their past life regression sessions, they connected with a group of very high-frequency souls known as the Soul Pod. Since then, Jenny has been channeling these guides, helping people connect even more deeply to their oversoul. We can't wait to dive into Cristina's story, her work, and her wisdom on all things energy, past lives, and soul connection. So please join us in welcoming to the Sister Sessions studio, Cristina Crow.
Thank you all so much. It's an honor to be here with your beautiful faces.
Oh, you too. We're so excited to have you. And I know Jenny speaks so highly of the work the two of you have been doing together. And if we could just kind of dive right in, and let's talk about how you guys met.
Okay. Jenny, do you remember how we met?
I believe we met, if my memory serves me correctly, I think we met at Maria's house. Maria's house, didn't we?
Yeah.
One of our mutual friends. There was a gathering of women, and a bunch of women were there, and so was Cristina and myself. And that was, I don't know what year that was.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Like 2022.
Was it after COVID? No, before.
Maybe 2019. I don't even remember.
I think it might have been 2019.
And then I remember, Jenny, really noticing you for the first time at one of Marie's drum circles at the Cedars. And
yeah.
I remember you were dancing and just expressing, and you were so free. And I was like, who is that? Like, I need to get to know her. I just loved your energy and your light. And yeah, and then we became good friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. I love that. Your energy just kind of pulled together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jenny is so beautifully expressive in herself. She has a beautiful freedom of expression. And, and it's a beautiful model for people. And it was for me.
So, Cristina, what first drew you to energy work and spiritual exploration?
Well, I mean, honestly, my first memories of being in a body were as a child connecting to God, just praying all the time. I remember praying all the time as a kid because I found the world to be really overwhelming. I grew up in Houston, and every time I saw a stray animal or a homeless person, I felt compelled to just pray for them. That something seemed so wrong about the suffering on earth. So I spent a lot of time just feeling God and connecting to God when I was very young. I mean, I must have just barely had any words. And
when you were young, Cristina, did your family have a spiritual or a religious path that they followed?
Well, I remember we went to Catholic church. My father was Catholic, and and I was baptized Catholic. And I remember going to Catholic church and feeling like it was a dark cocoon, and that I didn't really feel what I knew was God there. No offense to any Catholics. I felt like I came in as a child understanding what God was to me. Before anybody talked to me about God, it was this energy, this thing I connected with organically as a kid. But then going to church, recognizing even from a very young age, I didn't feel that same energy that I connected with in the church. So I got really quiet and I went inward, because the outward spirituality that I was shown didn't match what I knew already in my own little tiny self. And I was highly sensitive to environments, to light, to people, very, very shy. Being on earth was tricky for me. My parents divorced when I was very young. Well, 7. I was 7. And I had to be like a mediator between the two of them. And I felt like I had an adult role to play between my parents from a young age because I could feel their energy, and I was always trying to find like the middle ground and to be a mediator. But my spirituality expanded after my parents' divorce. My mom took us to an evangelical church in Houston, which is a very large, charismatic, spirit-filled evangelical church, and I saw spirituality in action. I saw spirit in motion. I saw people being healed. I saw things I couldn't quite comprehend. It was an active and alive church, but even then there were things that gave me pause, or things that caused me to be afraid, or things that made me feel detached from what I knew to be true about God. So I was always in this, I was always kind of wrestling with what I knew to be true and with what was shown to me in religion and in spirituality and in faith.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, I know that you mentioned that you are a Reiki master.
Mm-hmm.
And so how did that become part of your life? And two-part question here, kind of. For our listeners who are not familiar, can you also share what it means to be a Reiki master?
Absolutely. So, Susie, you're an excellent host because this is like a segue.
Thank you.
Next bit. Okay, so in that evangelical church, I saw spirit moving, and I felt energy in my hands, like active palm tingles, energy over my body. And I knew that to be God, the Spirit of God in motion. And then one day I decided I wanted my own personal experience of God, of spirit. I wanted to feel spirit in a way that was something I could never again deny. I wanted a concrete experience of spirit. So I called out and I demanded it for like 2 weeks. And then one day in youth group, I was 17. So I had been wrestling with my faith this whole time, wrestling with the Bible, with the idea of hell, with the idea that any person could be separate from God. I wrestled with a lot of things, but I wanted this experience of spirit. So one day in youth group, my youth minister was going around putting his hands on people and praying for people. And he was coming towards me. And before he even touched me, I felt what felt like was like a lightning bolt of electricity hit the top of my head. This massive pulse of energy washed all through my body. And I fell on the ground and had this experience of spirit that was probably an hour of just pure love and energy. So waves of energy, but it was the most peaceful, blissful feeling, like love and bliss and peace, but this pulsating, radiating energy that like shot down my arms and through my hands and out of my hands and down my body and out through my feet. And I wish that we had had a way to because we don't see much of the electromagnetic spectrum of the light spectrum. I wish there had been a way to actually measure what was happening
Yeah.
to my body at that time, because it was massive energy, but pure bliss, pure love. And I remember all of my fears and doubts and insecurities just kind of washing away, realizing that none of that mattered. Those were scripts, and the energy was pure and powerful, and that was what was real. And so I knew from that moment on, there is no separation from God. It's impossible to be separate from God. And I also knew that if you ask, you shall receive. I demanded that experience and I got it. And I knew that I had this energy within my body. And anytime I prayed or meditated after that or worshiped, I could feel that energy again in my hands. So,
Wow.
yeah, but even it was so extreme that I could just enter a room and a light bulb would go out. Or I could drive down the highway and the lights would just kind of at night just blow out as I would drive down the highway. And I tried to not take it personally, but it was real. I went through 5 different computers and cell phones and electronics, just did something weird because I was emitting a lot of energy apparently. So I needed to learn how to ground the energy. And then once I learned how to ground it, my relationship with electronics improved. But it's real. It was a real energy.
So then it sounds like Reiki came to you as a gift.
Yeah. What I know.
So how do you feel about those people? Do you believe that you can just teach Reiki to anyone who says, I want to be a Reiki master, and so I'm going to? Do you believe that we can be taught that?
Oh, yes.
Other people?
I think if anybody has that impulse within them, it's already in them. It's meant for them. If they have that curiosity, if they have that pull, it's probably because they practiced Reiki in past lives or were healers in past lives. So that spiritual experience I had, I felt was a reawakening of the codes that I had carried through many different lifetimes. And I asked for it, so I got it. And it was just like an electromagnetic, and my chakra system came back, became active, and but I believe that so many people have that within them. In fact, probably everybody does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so when I had first heard of Reiki when I was pregnant with my oldest, who will be 20 this year. And I was about 9 months pregnant with her, and I was working with a young lady who she had explained to me that she was passed down this gift from her family. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she explained it was Reiki. And I've always been really big on energy.
Yeah.
Never heard of Reiki, but just not that I ever have had a desire to be. That's what I'm saying. I'm not looking into be a Reiki master. I'm just talking about my relationship with the thought of energy. Mm-hmm. I've always been very much so into that energy exists and be protective of your energy. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to do Reiki on me. And I said no, because I felt I needed to protect Layla. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know her well enough.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, that's one of the things with Reiki with me, of having Reiki performed on. Is that how you would say performed on me?
Sure. That's a way.
Is not knowing the person well enough kind of backs me off a little bit.
Absolutely.
Is that normal?
Yes, Susie. Always trust your intuition. If it's a no, it's a no. Yeah, definitely be protective of your energy. And I let very few people work on me. We mentioned Marie earlier. She's one of the few people who I will let work on me. So definitely be protective of your energy. Only go for a session if it really calls to you and if it feels in alignment in your soul. If it's a deep yes, do it. If there's any hesitancy, then that's probably not the right practitioner.
Can I ask you to share, because I can imagine there are a lot of people who don't know what Reiki is at all. Can you describe what that is exactly and how you even work with somebody in a session?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Reiki is a model, and I really need to brush up on my history of Reiki. So it's true and it's not true to say I'm a Reiki practitioner. I've gone through all the modalities, all the classes, and technically, yes, I am a Reiki master. I've received all the attunements, done all the work for it, have all the certificates. But I do also recognize this is source energy, and we all have access to that. So Reiki is the Japanese word for spiritually guided life force energy. And it's taught through using symbols and hand postures on the body to guide energy. And it works. And I do that, but I do that and I don't do that. I really use what intuitively feels right for me now. So when I first got my first Reiki attunement 12 years ago, I did use all the symbols, all the correct hand postures. But as I've grown in my spirituality and in the fact that I know that I am source in a body, that kind of gives me my own sense of authority that I know what to do and I don't have to. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that you said that.
Thank you, Jenny. Yeah. So I mean, like, kudos to all the Reiki practitioners out there because it is a fantastic modality. And I am a Reiki master, but I do what intuitively feels right to me and what spirit tells me to do in a healing session.
So what does a typical session look like? You could just...
So it would be talking to the client about physical pain in their body, about emotionally what they're going through, spiritually what they're going through, tuning into their energy system, their energy body. Oftentimes spirit will give me phrases to say to them to help release blocks. The client will lay down and I will move energy through the body, move it out of organs, move it out of chakras, just realigning like the structure. Because it's almost like there can be tears in the fabric of the structure and just reweaving it all, moving out. And I also speak light language, so that comes in, and drumming sometimes comes in, laying my hands on people. And I will keep my hands there until the buzzing stops. And when the buzzing in my hands stop, that's my sign to move on to the next part of the body. So just allowing it to be a co-creative experience with me and spirit and the client. Yeah.
So amazing, Cristina. You are so powerful, and you are so humble about all of it.
Oh,
because
thank you.
I've known you for years now, and we don't really talk about how your process is. You've never explained it to me.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful. Of course, you're channeling such a high frequency light and, source, and you know how to get out of the way to let that flow through you in such a powerful way. And anybody, and I mean, I've had the experience with you, blessed experiences with you with past life regressions and how powerful you are in that. I mean, I just think you need to wait. You're going to have a wait list with your clients because, you're so quiet about even your work. And I want to blow you up. Everybody needs to know about Cristina Crow and to come in for a session with her online. You don't need to be there in person. Reiki can happen anywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jenny. You are the sweetest. You bless me so much, my friend. Thank you. And I will...
Can I? Go.
Well, I'll tell you that there also needs to be evidence of it, right? There needs to be fruit. And right. So I tell this story all the time. I had a mole that I didn't like. I decided I was going to use energy to make it go away. And I did. Within 5 days, it was gone. And in March, I broke my ankle by walking. You guys, I was just walking. And I broke my ankle. And the doctor said I would need to be in a boot for 6 to 8 weeks because of the nature of the fracture. And I heard Spirit say, it'll be 3 weeks. And I told the doctor, it'll be 3 weeks. I wore the boot one day. I just used like an ankle brace. And it was healed within 3 weeks. There was still some swelling, but it was healed within 3 weeks. So energy is real. It's all possible. And it doesn't have to be hard.
It's not.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that's separate from us. We are it.
Yep.
And can I just talk to our listeners here for 1 second? You guys, does Jenny not have the most amazing community of friends? Like, what is happening? The most amazing community of friends. Don't be surprised if next time I'm like, hey, you guys, next up on Sister Sessions podcast, Jenny's BFF Jesus will be joining us. I mean, it's like, what's happening? Anyway, back to Cristina.
We were going to surprise them with that, Suze.
Oh, yeah, darn.
Well, I will say, Susie, that Jenny's BFF, Jesus Yeshua, has shown up many times in Jenny's channeling. Yeah.
Can we talk about this? So one of the other things, I was just going to get into this. I'm glad that was a perfect segue. Cristina does past life regression work.
Yes.
And you've done this on Jennifer, correct?
Yes, I have, Susie.
Would you mind sharing whatever is comfortable or for Jenny I don't know how comfortable.
It's all comfortable. I'm an open book, and Cristina can share the story of the whole thing because you were more present than I was.
You guys, this is good. Get your coffee or your tea and listen in.
Well, I love Jenny, and I think the world of her. And here in Wimberley, there is an amazing community of beautiful souls, powerful souls. There's something about this area that really has drawn a lot of powerful, spiritually connected people to it. And so I was just so blessed to get to know Jenny while she lived here. And there is a large community of us. But we got together one night for dinner in May of 2024. Do you remember, Jenny? Went to Hildy's in town with some of our girlfriends, Jill, Christina, Marie.
Yep.
And Jenny was, kind of gearing up to move to California. She knew she would be moving within the next few months. And she said, Cristina, before I move, I want to have a session with you. And I think I told her, Jenny, what do I have to offer you? You're Jenny. Jenny, this beam of light. This amazing spiritual practitioner and teacher and yogi and all of it. So I felt like I had nothing to offer Jenny. But she said, no, I want to do a session. So we did. We went to the yoga barn out at Ruby Retreats and did a past life regression session. So I was trained in QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique, which was the technique that Dolores Cannon developed in her 40 years as a past life regressionist. And I had read all the Dolores Cannon books and thought they're phenomenal. And I had done many regressions for people and many friends for 4 years. And then I sit down and do my session with Jenny. And it was a super amazing session because Jenny went so deep into that meditative trance state that she didn't remember any of the session.
That's what she tells me.
Yeah, she remembered none of it, which is a brilliant thing because her conscious mind was not involved. So it was all spirit. It was her higher self, her oversoul, in charge of the whole thing, which is what you want because that's pure information. So in that first life, Jenny was a being of blue energy, and she was moving and manipulating pyramids, even stacking pyramids as a form of communication with another planet. And she was describing the technology behind it and how it all worked. And at the end of a session, we always call in the higher self to offer guidance. And her higher self said that Jenny was to be writing a book. And then I remember getting Jenny out of the state and back into her body. And I shared the whole session with her because she didn't remember it. And I told her that her higher self had said that she would be writing a book. And Jenny was like, "Oh, I love everything you shared with me except that part about writing a book."
I don't want to write a book.
She had been told that by two other psychics.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "But what do I have to write about?" And then Spirit was like, told me, like, "Jenny, we're going to be writing this book together about your past lives. So let's keep working together. Let's write a book together about the journey of your soul, all of the amazing adventures your soul has been on." I mean, we could not possibly cover all of them, you guys, because we don't just live a few lives. I mean, truly, we live infinite lives. And so Jenny said, "Oh, I love that idea." She loved the idea of us working together on the book. So we continued having sessions in the yoga barn, which is a highly attuned space, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny got that place all nice and tuned up. And then on our third session, Jenny was traveling on a unicorn guide named Beauty along a blue timeline. And so I want to make this clear for the listeners that in the beginning, at the beginning of a session, we call in the divine light of God. Anything and everything that happens is only through the divine light of God. And we call in the archangels and Jenny's higher self and my higher self. And we ask that everything is divinely led. So not of us, not of our 3D selves, but of the highest light. And so I remember saying Beauty, the unicorn guide, would stop at a place that had information for us to explore. And so right at that moment, the unicorn halted and then kind of like knocked Jenny off her back a little bit. And Jenny was laying down and all she could see were stars around her. And she said it was midnight and there were stars and the stars were glowing. And then they started to form a crescent around her and started pulsating. And they surrounded her in this crescent. And Jenny said, "Oh my gosh, these are souls." And she started crying. So Jenny is in this hypnotic state, laying in front of me, sobbing and weeping because of the resonance of these souls that appeared as stars. And she said, "This is my soul family." And then I started crying too, because I could feel the energy and I could see them clairvoyantly. I could see exactly what was happening with Jenny and I could feel it all. And it was pure love and power. And
is that what you referred to as the soul pod?
yes. So they started talking to us. At one point, I was talking to Jenny and I realized her voice had changed. Her cadence had changed. The tone of her voice had changed. And I realized I was now talking to the soul pod. And so they said that they were a group of highly advanced souls, of the highest light. And they were part of Jenny's soul family and a part of my soul family as well. We had both had many, many lives with these souls. And these souls are not trapped in the loop of reincarnation. They are ascended, but they can choose to come back to Earth if they choose, or to any other place in the universe. But their mission now is to be guides. And so these are the guides that Jenny has been channeling. for over a year, like a boss.
I like that. Like a boss. I love that.
Yes.
Wow, it's so
Wow.
great to hear you speak of it in this way, Christina, and hear the story from your perspective. I mean, of course, we've talked about it over this year to some degree,
Mm-hmm.
but it's interesting to hear your experience in this way. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you.
Now, I have to get real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christina, how do you navigate skepticism?
So I'm an energy person. I feel it with my energy. If it feels like a yes to me, it's true. If it feels like a no, it's not. And that's it. So I'm a very brainy person as well. I have a degree in math. I was a math teacher for a long time.
Wow.
Definitely a skeptic. I questioned Christianity up and down and inside out and everything else. But I know things are true by their resonance, by how they feel in my body. And so when we met these guides, it was a pure yes. I could feel them with every cell of my body. Every cell of my body became illuminated in their presence. And this is really not an exaggeration. In working with these guides for the past year and some odd months, my whole life has changed. My whole life has changed.
Can you tell us how?
Some of the ways are personal.
Okay.
I will say that my heart expanded, that I could feel what was divinely aligned for me and what was no longer serving me. I felt like I was creating bliss in my body, like, and holding more of love and more openness. So it's like going to church times 1,000 every time Jenny and I would have one of these sessions. Being in the energy of the soul pod was healing, so healing. And it still is. It's a powerful group of beautiful guides who, by the way, you can ask them anything. Like friends, you can just talk to them like friends, and they will answer so lovingly and give the most beautiful explanations for very complex questions. But they told us, we are here for this time. We are so grateful to Jenny for being the conduit and the channel of this energy, because they have information to share now in this time of great awakening and this massive transition that we are going through on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And so they said, by the two of us doing this, they are able to fulfill their soul mission right now. So yeah, it's beautiful.
And now, to be clear, this is not what a regular session would look like for you. This happened unexpectedly, correct?
It did. Yeah, it did. It did happen so unexpectedly. But I had always wanted to work with somebody like Jenny who could get into this very deep state of trance. And so we are writing a book, and I believe I probably have enough material at this point for a whole book. We've explored so many lives of Jenny's with the assistance of the Soul Pod. So after our encounter with the Soul Pod, before the channeling really started, they were helping us navigate which lives to explore. And they made that connection. So like they were like this foundation that made that connection happen and could bring forward so much information about the life. So after exploring a life of Jenny's, we would go back to the Soul Pod and I could ask them clarifying questions about the life, to talk more deeply about the lessons that the soul was learning, or I could just ask them any questions about the life and they would answer them. And then the channeling really started one day I was talking to the Soul Pod, and Marlena is the voice of the Soul Pod. So we humans like to think of things as being very separate. Really, they are an energy. They're a collective energy. And there's this one aspect of the energy that enjoys speaking for the whole. And she gave herself the name Marlena so that we have a name to call her. So she's really a frequency, but she's beautiful and wonderful to work with. I love her. And one day, Marlena said that we had explored enough lives. Like, really, dear one, you've explored a lot of lives at this point.
Wow.
She said, we have information to share. Like, can we start talking now? That's how it happened. And then I started coming with questions for the Soul Pod. And during our sessions, the focus stopped being the past lives. And we say past lives, but everything is happening now. So the parallel lives of Jenny. And I started asking questions of the Soul Pod. Yeah.
Wow. To hear you explain this is so fascinating, Cristina, because I didn't even realize some of that.
Yeah.
Until right now, which is so wild. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
That's amazing.
You just said, I want to go back. You just said, I say past lives, but everything is here now in parallel. Can you make that more clear for someone like me?
It is one of the massive conundrums, and it's so difficult to even comprehend. But okay, I'll say this. We come from our oversoul, like our higher self. This is our divine aspect of God that we are, that holds all the information about us through all of our lives in all dimensions. So right now we're existing in these bodies in this three-dimensional earth, but we're multidimensional beings existing not just in physical, but in spirit, and having adventures all over the cosmos. So our souls are not just from higher self to here on earth, but it's a lattice of energy, the energy of God exploring itself throughout the universe. And the oversoul is the conglomeration of all of that knowledge, experience, soul lessons, all the energy. So on earth, there is time. There's time on earth. And time is a function of being in gravity. Gravity doesn't exist everywhere in the universe, but it exists here on earth. So I am not the best at explaining this. Jenny, do you have any other words of wisdom to share?
I love what you said, and
Yeah,
I
that
agree
was
with.
pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have anything else to add. I mean, that's exactly right. The oversoul, the highest, most expansive part of a person, of a soul that holds the deep wisdom, intuition, healing, clarity. It's all, we have it all. And that's really important, because the point of my work is to help people to remember that.
Yes.
That they are an infinite being. Yeah.
And on earth.
No, go ahead.
So I was just going to say, Susie, on earth, we go through these layers, these veils of forgetting who we are to have this experience of separation. We experience feeling so separate, but we're not separate. We are all of it. All the lives you've ever lived, the spark of God that you are is you. There can never be a separation of you from yourself. So that is Jenny's great work now, is to remind people of who they really are. And that's part of my work as well, is to be an anchor, a field through which people can remember themselves, whether that's through energy work or past life regressions or the channeling. This is time for people to remember who they are.
So how do past life regression and Reiki complement each other?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do you ever do that together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. So in a past life regression session, if there was a trauma to the body, if somebody died in a traumatic way, that energy can stay with the person across lifetimes. So, so I will work on the person with the permission from their higher selves, from their oversoul, work on clearing that energy at the end of the session with Reiki or just with my own energy work, as the higher self is also doing their divine healing. So yeah, I do mix it all together.
Where did you first hear oversoul? I've never heard that before.
It has been pretty recently through channeling. More and more people that I'm connected with are channeling amazing information. And I don't have it all quite straight in my head, I will say that. But they said that think of you, the you now, as being a stream. The higher self is the river, and your oversoul is the ocean. So the oversoul is, I will say, the God that you are, but it's God. It's God. The breath of God creates, and God created you. And all that you are and have ever been and are throughout all dimensions and time and space, that is your oversoul.
Well said.
Yeah. Okay. So when we start to get, I'm following, always following. When we start to get really deep, that's when my brain starts to go, okay, explain this to me. So you all talk about we came here on Earth to forget, correct?
So there,
forget to learn lessons. However, then there's those of you who are remembering. Why? Like, why, if you were supposed to forget, why are you all remembering and then telling us that we forgot? I'm just asking it the way I put it.
great question, Susie. And this is so okay. I was at a women's group earlier today with beautiful women from my church, Unity of Wimberley. And I told them that as I keep going on this spiritual journey, which is a spiral, sometimes I'll get to a moment where I feel like, oh, I know it. I've got it. I know it. And then I realize I know nothing.
Yep.
I know nothing.
Yep.
There's so much to know.
Yeah.
So in the New Thought movement, it is widely said that Earth is a school and souls agree to come here to forget who they are, to learn lessons, and to grow. Just recently, I'm learning different information that we were never meant to forget, that there have been fractures in the energy starting about 900,000 years ago that have caused us to forget who we are, that we were always meant to be embodied oversoul beings on this planet, but through hundreds of thousands of years, we have forgotten who we really are. And so in the New Thought movement, people think of ascending, of going up and out of the body to get back to spirit. And what I'm learning now is the goal is to be embodied now while you're here on Earth, that there is no going up and out, that God is within you. And this is one thing Marlena told me while we were going into a session. I used to have Jenny connect with God up and out of her. And Marlena said, wait, dear one, let me get this straight. Go within. God is within. So she gave me a new way to get Jenny into her hypnotic state where she could channel. And it was by going within the heart. The heart is the portal and God is there. So Yes.
That was a great answer.
Okay.
Yes.
It made
Perfect.
my question not sound so confusing. You had a very well organized answer for my messy question. So that probably helped the listeners understand more what I was trying to ask, because you were tracking me there.
I believe Jesus came to remind humans of who they really are. Jesus did not come as a savior to be worshipped, because there is no hell and there is no separation from God. So why do you need a savior? Right? Jesus came to show what it looks like when you embody your oversoul, when you are walking around with the frequency of your God self. You can just pass somebody and they will be healed. The woman with the issue of blood just touched the hem of his garment and she was healed. And I believe Jesus came to remind humans that this is your birthright, to be embodied. And so not worship me because I can do it all, but let me show you how to do it, my brothers and sisters, because we are all children of God. We're all divine sparks of God. That we all have it in us. We all have the capacity for energy healing within us, for deep states of meditation, for deep connection to spirit through the breath, through focusing on the spiritual eye, as Jenny says so beautifully. We are that. We don't have to go up and out of ourselves to find something, because all of it, the kingdom of God, is already within you.
That's right.
Wow.
Amen.
So one of my questions was is, where do you see your work evolving over the next few years? And now, since you were talking about this book, is that part of your evolution in the near future?
Yes. So I am working on the book, on editing the book, and I love it. The information shared is fantastic. But also, for Jenny and I to have a YouTube channel where she channels the soul pod, and to make the energy of the soul pod and their beautiful wisdom available to anybody who wants to access it.
So wait a minute. I didn't get this. Jenny tells me everything. You all were hearing it first. So you're going to have a YouTube channel where Jenny goes into the hypnotic state that you have described to us through past life regression, correct?
Well, Jenny doesn't even need me to go into past life regression anymore.
Okay.
She is channeling like a boss. She can just...
I mean, you need a t-shirt.
Channeling.
I channel like a boss.
She does. I think she is as good as all of the great channels out there. Last night, a friend of mine who knows Jenny told me that Jenny's channeling is as good as Abraham Hicks. And I believe that. Yeah, it's true.
Can you share who Abraham Hicks is with all of us?
Jenny, do you want to share?
I mean, I just know Abraham Hicks is an incredible channel. Esther Hicks
channels,
right? Channels Abraham, and has for a long time, and is very, very famous. You would say in this world, everybody knows who they are, and been in front of thousands and thousands of people on stage and written books and all kinds of things based on her channeling.
Brilliant.
So we're going to be able to watch this, you talk to Jenny, ask the questions to the collective soul pod of you, that the two of you share.
Yes.
That is incredible.
Yes, and to make it available to more people so people can ask their questions. And I imagine we might do lives on YouTube where people can jump in and ask their questions. Jenny, did you know about this? Did you know we're going to be doing this, Jenny?
Well, yes and no. I kind of vaguely remember didn't that come through in something, and we were told that we needed to do that?
Yes. We were told, Marlena said it's time to make this more public, that we are here with information for humans on Earth today. So it would be appropriate to share this with the public, with a large audience of people. And I asked, oh, is YouTube okay? She said, yes. So Marlena of the Soul Pod and I have many conversations. And sometimes I do forget that Jenny gets so very much out of the way that she doesn't hear all of the conversations that happen.
Right.
And so we do talk about it, but then we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to assume this answer, so I'm going to put it out there.
Mhm.
Do you give any energy to those who say, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous, these ladies are nuts?
They have the right to their opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
And they have the right to not tune in. Absolutely. Yes.
It has been, as you were talking earlier, Cristina, literally, I could feel my heart pounding.
Mm-hmm.
My heart was pounding because this is, as you know, Cristina, it has been a process for me of accepting this as what I've been doing, and the only reason why I believe in this is because of what Cristina tells me, and anybody that I've worked with in this way, their experience, because their experiences have been very, dare I say, they're profound for them, very meaningful, is the reason why I can do this. Because when you're in this kind of a place, it's so vulnerable, and it is so, I trust unconditionally, especially with Cristina, which I'm going to cry because that's how I do it. I can't help it. Is that she is so motherly and loving and holds the space so incredibly beautiful that I can completely let go. Like, I trust her with every fiber of my being, and I know that she has the best and highest good for both of us and all of us, and that she is worthy of my complete and utter trust. So that's why I can do this, and there's no way I could have done this without her, and nor even continue to, because of just her presence in my life. Now, I've had this, I didn't think I could do it without her getting me into the space. And since I'm doing these sessions more often with people, I can't expect, nor, Cristina coming into everything. And so I've learned how to get into that space on my own. And Cristina has helped me to open up, really, truly. And the first time, and maybe we could talk about that, like the first time that we did this actually in front of other people.
It was amazing.
What was this with Stephen?
Mm-hmm.
At the
Correct?
retreat. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
We
Tell
held
the story.
You go ahead, Cristina.
Okay.
You tell it.
Yes, it was. Okay, Jenny, and thank you. And all of that.
Really quickly, if you want, I just want to let our listeners know, our followers, we are actually talking about Stephen Ross, who has been a guest on our show. So for those of you who follow us, you know who he is. That's who shared the space with Jenny and Cristina for this story. Okay.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you, Jenny, for those beautiful sentiments. And I love you, and I feel the exact same way about you. And Marlena of the Soul Pod said that Jenny and I have had many, many lives together. We've done this sort of thing for each other throughout so many lives. We've built planets together. Yeah, I know. Crazy stuff. I'm like, really? Okay, thank you, Marlena. But
wow.
So Stephen and Jenny held a beautiful retreat here at Ruby Retreats in April, and Jenny was ready to channel for the participants of the retreat, so she asked me to come and hold the space. So I came with my dear friend Courtney, and we held the space. And Jenny was nervous because this was her first time channeling for a group of people. She had done a session with Courtney the weekend before, and that was the first time with anybody other than just she and I.
Yeah.
But she channeled for Courtney like in the most beautiful, powerful way, and amazing information came through. And then just real fast from that connection that the soul pod and Jenny's channeling has had for Courtney. Oh my, her channeling has taken off, and it's just profound and amazing. And it makes my hands tingle to think about it. But so Jenny had this retreat, and she asked me just to introduce what we had been doing to the participants and kind of set the stage. And then Jenny and Stephen proceeded to channel for, was it 13 guests?
I think about that. Yeah.
For, was it like 2 hours and 15 minutes of
It was a long time.
straight channeling. And Jenny had this idea that people could just ask general questions, and then they would share the answers that came. But at one point, the Soul Pod asked each individual to come up one by one and sit before Jenny and Stephen as they channeled to receive personal information for them. And people were crying. People were trembling. People were shaking in the most beautiful way, feeling this energy of love and power. And it was a beautiful thing to witness. And I was watching Jenny's body. She did not move. She did not move, laying there channeling for 2 hours and 14 minutes. It was so powerful. It was one of the most profound and beautiful experiences I've ever had. And the messages that came through, I think, were definitely life-changing for people. Life-affirming and life-changing.
Whoa. Now, are you talking to the same soul pod, Jenny, when you do this over and over again?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is, yes.
It's apparently the same energy. Yeah, it's the same energy. And Marlena is the name that, as Cristina said, that speaks for the collective.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that name was just, I think, for us.
Yep.
To have like something to hold on to, you know. I mean, that's what it seems. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you channeled with, I'm sorry, what was your friend's name?
Courtney.
Courtney. I was going with the C. I just couldn't. Courtney. Did she speak to the same soul pod,
Mm-hmm.
or her separate?
Okay, so Courtney had a session with me and Jenny, and the Soul Pod came forward to share information for Courtney. Courtney had asked to connect to her highest oversoul guide, her highest guide. And Marlena was able to connect Courtney to Courtney's highest guide. And then Courtney said, Marlena, is there any advice you can give to Cristina so that I can channel my guide the way Jenny channels you? And Marlena said, oh no, dear one, you're not going to need an intermediary for this. So the next day, Courtney was able to tune in to her guide, and she's now received massive amounts of information channeling her guide.
Yeah.
So different soul pod.
Well, not the soul pod, but a different guide, a field of intelligence, of the highest frequency, way beyond 5D, the highest frequency of light that there is what is coming through right now. That's what the soul pod is, and that's what Courtney is bringing forward as well.
I don't know why this question is coming to my mind, but so as we are doing sister sessions for not even a year yet, but I'm really trying to explore spirituality and learn all these different things that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that we have talked about on here, people talk about ayahuasca. And when people have an ayahuasca ceremony, it changed their lives. So I'm asking you this, is what you're describing, and Courtney had this life-changing experience and all of that. Is there a comparison when people talk about, oh, I did ayahuasca and I had this life-changing moment and it was all spiritual and I got one with God? Is this what they're doing but with enhanced? Is there a comparison?
I'll just tell you, I've never done ayahuasca, and so I don't know. I couldn't answer that intelligently, Susie, because they're having their experience and I can't judge it. I've never had that experience. Um, I will say though, Courtney always says the hierarchies are ghetto. There's a lot of things out there in the astral realms. I think of it like the cantina in Star Wars, like the bar scene in Star Wars. You never know who you're going to run into up there in the astral realm. So just like how you had the discernment with that Reiki person, you didn't want Reiki done on you, right? It's very important to have your own inner authority with all of these psychedelics, right? Like, know who you are, know your boundaries, call in God to lead you and guide you. Because when you're throwing yourself out there into the astral, there's a lot of stuff up there. So just be careful. Be careful. Run your own divine dominion. Don't let any of those ghetto things mess with you. You know what I mean? So,
what a great, for not really having an answer, that was a great answer.
well, thank you, Susie.
Yeah, that was a great answer.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I trust the Soul Pod because I have felt their energy over and over and over. And it's 100% love and it's divine energy. And so I feel so comfortable being in their presence because I know it so intimately now. Yeah.
That's so awesome. And awesome that you get to have that kind of front seat of asking all those questions, and getting information that you want. And for, this book that we're supposed to, that we are writing, well, that you're writing, that, it's such an interesting thing for me to be witnessing you right now, even Cristina, because I feel kind of like on the sidelines, of the whole thing, just witnessing.
But it's all through you and because of you, Jenny, because we contracted to do this before we descended into body.
Yeah.
This was always supposed to happen. We could have missed our mark.
We could have.
With my own self-doubt, I could have made up an excuse to not do a session for Jenny of my own unworthiness issues, and then we would have missed that. And I think that happens sometimes, but we didn't miss it. We made it. And because of that, it's been amazing, Susie. It's been so amazing.
Well, do you think that, not to give any spoilers, and if you're not comfortable, don't answer it, but I'm just wondering, is there one message from the Soul Pod that you would be comfortable sharing with us that makes sense for this time that they have for us? Just one?
Oh, there's so many. One thing that they do tell me when I am kind of in the energy of fear, they will say, "And what do you know to be true?" And I will say that nothing can harm my soul. And they say exactly. So I would just say that we are source expressing. And it is difficult here. There is an acknowledgement from them that it's extremely difficult to be on Earth. And they have the utmost respect for people doing this at this time. But just to know that nothing can separate you from God. That you are that light. You are that already.
Do you believe in darkness?
Oh, yeah.
Darkness?
Oh, for sure. And the Soul Pod talks about light and shadow a lot. There's definitely darkness, but that is also the energy of fear. And I feel like humans are masters at creating energetic things. All the fear and anger that people have been feeling for however long humans have been around, a couple 100,000 years or longer. Energy creates, and energy magnetizes itself to like energy. So as humans create in fear and fear and fear, it becomes a thing. It's an enemy.
Do you believe that's evil, or do you not believe in like real evil?
I believe that that's what people perceive evil to be when they feel things. It could very well be a creation of humans, something that humans have created through all their feelings of fear as it joins and pulls together. So we do have to be mindful with our energy because we are creative beings. We are source creating.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So this book, when should we expect to? Are you not? You're just flowing, and when it's ready. Are you giving yourself some kind of a deadline?
So
How are you creating that?
in the beginning, the Soul Pod said it needs to be ready to be released by early 2026. So I really do need to get on the ball with the editing. How much longer do we have, ladies? I'm just curious.
About 30 minutes.
So
If
if
you have that.
Yeah, I was wondering, Jenny, if you would want to channel a little bit now?
I was wondering if that was going to come up.
Well, might as well if there's time, if you feel it.
We can give you all the time you want now. 30 minutes, you've got, it's the day is yours. I'm right here.
You're so cute, Susie.
Let's do this.
She's so cute. Is she the sweetest little thing? I just love her so much.
I love you too as sisters together. I mean, just so great. I love y'all.
She is like the little sweet little diamond. Like, you just can't even stand how cute she is.
I love
It's true. You're the best. I love her so much. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, this sister. We did well, Susie. Choosing.
We did do well. We did do well.
Y'all,
cheers.
Yes.
And
if it works.
So everyone, if you need to pause, take a potty break, but don't leave us.
Yes.
Yeah. I sure. Oof, yeah. Okay. We can do that.
If you're driving, you might want to pause it. Come back when you can watch.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I can do that. I need to take off my glasses. This gets serious when I do that because
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Jenny, let me know if you want me to say any part of the script.
Yeah, could you, like we normally do, just kind of bring in the angels and the
Yes.
and open the heart, or just do what you need to do so I can.
Okay. So just connect with your breath, Jenny. Feel yourself relax. There is no performance here. Nothing at all to prove. Let any stress go and just connect deeply with your breath. Feeling the light of you that is you just radiating throughout every cell of your body. Source God Creator, we thank you for this opportunity to connect with you as always. Thank you for your divine light that flows through us. We invite in Jenny's oversoul and my oversoul to participate today. We invite in our beloved Yeshua as always. We invite in from the east Archangel Raphael with emerald green light. Thank you, Archangel Raphael, for your emerald green light. From the south, Archangel Michael with sapphire blue light. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for your divine light. From the west, Archangel Gabriel with diamond white light. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel, for girding us in your light. And from the north, Archangel Uriel with ruby red light. Thank you for your divine light. And Jenny, just feel yourself relax, sinking deeply into your heart. Going deeply into your heart. into the core of your being. Feel the slight pressure there at the heart. There is a slight pressure when you focus your attention at the core of your being. Bring all of your awareness to that point and imagine this little ball of light. And this little ball of light grows and it grows. And it begins to infuse itself in every organ, in every corpuscle, blood, particle, vein, and artery. It fills up the center of your body. It moves down into the legs and into the ankles, feet, and toes. This light, it comes down through the feet and up and around and becomes all-encompassing. All-encompassing. It fills up every particle up into the throat, up into the head, filling every cell into the brain. Light emanating and pulsating down the arms, all the way through and out the fingertips. And the light moves out and beyond, and like a circle of light, it encompasses all. You are that light. You are part of the divine. You are divine. And with love and gratitude, we welcome our friends of the Soul Pod to join us today.
Thank you. Dear ones, we are honored to be here in your presence, in your light, and feel a great time has come to express ourselves to a greater audience. Thank you for bringing us in, Cristina, dear.
Thank you, Marlena.
May we serve you.
Thank you, Marlena. Thank you, Soul Pod, for being with us again. Do you see that we have a special person with us here today?
We feel energy. May we inquire the presence of this one.
This is Susie. This is Jenny's sister, her beloved sister, Susie.
Susie. Will you state your full name?
Susie Marie Gustin.
Do we have permission to tap into your energy field?
Yes.
A shiny diamond light. We feel your joy. Joy within you emanates. You are a beacon of joy. We feel your power, your strength within you that is ready to express more in this life. Do you feel this?
Yes.
You are a creator of joy. Yes. You bring joy to many, and you have much to express in the field of joy. Do you have questions for me?
And Susie, ask them anything.
I'm not prepared. What do you see that I have not unfolded.
This here, dear love, soul, dear joy, you are dear joy. Yes, you are prepared. This word of energy we see is something that blocks your creativity. This feeling of unpreparedness is false. You incarnated in this body, in this time, to create joy. And yet there is a sense of blockage that you feel unprepared. This is false. You are prepared and have been preparing for this for many, many incarnations. Preparing yourself to bring more joy in this time on this planet during this great awakening. You can provide more joy. One of the aspects of which you do this is through this frequency you're on now of being a host, yes, on a platform, you say?
Yes.
Yes.
This is one of the ways in which you spread joy. Your energy is laughter and joy. More of that is needed now on this planet at this time of the Great Awakening. Yes.
Can you guide me directly to my purpose?
This is your purpose, dear one, joy. Everything you can think of in your creative mind comes from joy. What you long for is to see others enjoy. Your children, your spouse, your friends, your loved ones are in joy when you are in their presence. You have the capacity to create anything you desire. What we see in your field is static. Static of alignment with the remembrance of joy. That is your purpose, dear one. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. And I will ask again, can you guide me directly to my purpose?
You are asking for us to give you what you need to do, are you not?
Yes.
This cannot come from us. It must come from within you, in your highest light. Your highest light, your over soul, as you have now learned, is here, waiting for you to attune yourself to in the deepest sense. Yes, when you align yourself with your highest light, the answers come, must come from you. We could tell you many things of which you could do. However, without it coming from you, it will not be as powerful. Align yourself with your highest light and let's embody this now. Yes?
Yes.
as you close your physical eyes, lift your inner gaze upward. Imagine you can see and feel the light energy coming down through the crown of the physical brain, through the center points of the body, all the way down to the very base of your physicality at the root. Imagine you can see and feel this light, this beam of light coming down through the crown all the way down to the root. Feel this energy. Open your heart to receiving your highest light. Allow it to filter into every cell of this physical form of which you are partly living in. And imagine this highest light that is you in its essence, the individual spark of the divine creator in your essence. You are that. Feel it in every cell of this physical form. It is penetrating into every corpuscle, every blood vessel, every cell. The light is within you. Your wisdom, your truth, your purpose here is here at your disposal. When now you think of creating something, what comes into your mind first? The first thing that comes into your mind?
Ballet.
Yes. You see dancers on the stage. Yes.
Yes.
You hear the music in your ears.
Yes.
You are the conductor. You are, the playwright. You are the embodiment of this performance of which your heart desires to showcase the world. What is it, dear one, that you are waiting for?
Money.
Ha! Whew! Mental construct that is not truly blocking you. What is truly blocking you? You know what the answer is. You're holding back, for you're afraid of the fear. Fear of fear is common in this human form. What is it that you are afraid of?
Trust. People trusting me.
You are afraid to trust. You are afraid of others not trusting you. If you had no fear and you trusted unconditionally, what would you do?
Start writing.
And so imagine that you just for now put down that trust, that fear of trust, and you wrote, and you allowed this vision to come through. We say this in the most loving way. If you choose not to create this, we will call it a play, a dance play. If you do not create this, you will feel regret. And this, dear one, is not an energy of which would be in your highest good. We encourage you to trust. We encourage you to connect with your highest light before you sit and write. This is your destiny, dear one. Your destiny to shine joy to the world. We see this so vividly for you. Trust is vital in the process. Work with releasing the fear. Move through the doubt that this is possible for everything and anything that one mind can create is possible to manifest in this 3D realm on this timeline of the planet Earth. Does this make sense to you?
Yes. Thank you.
We are happy to serve. You are a powerful being. Know this. Believe this. For nothing comes to you that is not for you. When you have a thought in your mind of creative work, it is your guide, your highest guide whispering to you. Your highest light, which is your infinite soul, whispering to you. We encourage you to listen, for that is your truth.
Thank you.
We feel Cristina, dear soul, here in this space. You're here, yes.
Yes, Marlena. Hi.
Is there a way in which we can provide information for you? What is it that you need in this moment in time?
Marlena, I was wondering if you could answer or if you could explain for the listeners of this podcast who you are and who the Soul Pod is.
Yes, many will be wondering what is happening now.
Yes.
Who is this speaking? Yes. We are a collective energy of the highest light that have been given the beautiful authority to speak through this vessel that has been laid out over eons. This connection has been deep and long with this particular energy field of this form called Jenny. Yes, this soul is in a contract with us and you, dear Cristina. to bring truth to light, to express in another way truth. For as you know, truth is being poured into this planet from many souls in many ways. We need many voices on this planet now to share truth and light. And this is one way of doing such a thing. For we, as a collective agency of souls, are speaking through this voice, this physical form.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a place that is pure love, that is only here to express truth and love, that wants all souls to awaken to your divine memory that you are one with the divine source, that you are and always will be one with the great source, the creator of all. To wake up to this knowing provides great insight and an opportunity to live in your highest light on this planet now, to not have to wait to leave this physical form to remember your truth, but to remember it now while you're in a physical form here, that you can be in what you call heaven now.
Thank you, Marlena. Thank you. What practices can we humans do now while we're in a physical form to bring in more of our divine light and to remember our divine light?
Beautiful question. What practices? So many practices, and so simple they can be.
Mm-hmm.
Stillness and quiet is imperative. Stillness in the body, into the heart, going in to the core of your being, your heart opening to truth. So when you sit in stillness and quiet, simply observe the heart. Simply ask your guides to speak through you. For what is happening now in this moment of us, you call Marlena,
Mm-hmm.
soul pod, is coming through this vessel. And every single listener can do the same.
Mm-hmm.
In their own way. You listen, you receive your answers to any question you have. And the point of this experience now, when you are listening to this, whoever you are, you have the ability to do the same. We show you how by tuning in, slowing down, listening. As we said to this soul, Susie, her soul is always whispering to her. Every soul is whispering to the human form. Most are not listening. Listen more closely. Pray to the divine source to help you open your heart to receiving the wisdom that lies within. That you do not have to suffer any longer or wonder anymore what the purpose is of life, what the purpose is of your living here on this planet. Your answers are within. Listen is the most important thing to do. And trust in what you hear. There is a very important point to knowing how you are able to listen to the difference between when your soul is speaking through you or when the little self, as you call it, the personality of this being in this particular life is saying. They're different voices. There is an imperative step of learning to discern between those two voices. They're pretty confidently, different, yes. And so we could list many practices. We gave you the most important one at this time. Pause in stillness and listen and ask. Ask and listen.
Thank you. Thank you, Marlena. Susie, do you have any other questions?
Not at this time, but thank you so much. This has been quite a eye-opening gift to witness and connect, and I hope to stay connected.
Yes.
You can stay connected if you stay present. We encourage you, dear one, to ask your guides to give you what you need, to provide the information that you long to receive. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Marlena, and the Soul Pod for joining us today. With love and gratitude, thank you so much.
As always, it is our greatest pleasure to speak with you, be with you, and feel your divinity.
Thank you. Thank you. And we release you with love and gratitude. And Jenny's full life force energy once again integrates back into her physical form as Jenny fully inhabits her beautiful physical form once again. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hope that was all right.
So good. As always. Susie, you look speechless.
Yeah. Wow.
That never happened.
Jenny, I want to thank you. I know that is a vulnerable thing to do, but I mean, I don't know, Susie, your eyes are closed, but if anyone could see me, I'm like I feel their energy so strongly.
No, I did.
When they
I did.
come
I
in,
did. I had my eyes. I did open my eyes a few times and see you do that. Absolutely. Yes. I mean, Jenny did it a lot as well.
I feel them so strongly when they enter and they talk and things resonate in my body. And I always feel so uplifted after they come in. So yeah, Jenny, thank you so much.
My
Wow.
pleasure. I mean, what is it like for you, Suze? This is weird, huh?
I mean, it's so awesome, like I'm just blown away and speechless, and in awe and gratitude and peace. I don't have full sentences. Magnificence.
I know. Wow. Yeah,
what do you feel?
I would not have done this. Me? Oh, I always feel like, as Cristina knows, like I just came out of a really deep meditation, and I don't want to come out. Like I can feel when it's shifted and it's done. Like I can tell that, and then I have to like work myself into like, okay, I got to come back. Because it's so calm. I don't get nearly as deep in meditation as I do in this. Like I wish I could get this deep when I'm meditating.
This is a big episode, you guys. This is huge.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
This
I can't
is
believe I did
huge.
that.
I'm so
It's
I'm
awesome.
so proud of you,
And
Jenny.
I am too. And you know what? It's like, let's channel, not channel, but let's, give credit to the creator of the phrase, let them. For anyone who has anything to say about this that is not in a positive light, let them, as Mel Robbins wrote it.
Yes.
Let them.
Absolutely.
She released
Yes.
that book was a beautiful gift to the world. It really was. As simple as it is, I feel like that is resonating a lot, and you're hearing it more and more. Let them.
Absolutely.
Because we're all safe. Like you guys are teaching, your soul is safe. And
yeah.
And Cristina, how do you feel right now?
I'm so proud of Jenny. I know it takes a lot. It's a very vulnerable thing to do this, but I'm so proud of her. So I can tell when people are kind of in a state, but they're using their own mental faculties to bring forward information. And I know Jenny's not doing that because I have asked them some complicated questions that Jenny would not know the answer to. And they go on this beautiful long explanation, a beautiful explanation that's so easy to understand. And about concepts Jenny's unfamiliar with. And so she's in the state of a deep, how would you describe it, Jenny?
It feels like a deep rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a deep state of rest.
Yeah.
And I completely let go. And I always feel like, as I tell you, like I'm on this, like over here, just observing, but I can't hold on to anything that that's being said.
Yeah.
Have you ever been recorded before?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I record every time we record.
So you've seen yourself in the state, so it wouldn't be shocking to you.
Oh, no. I have not. We record it. I've never watched.
Yeah.
This is one of the things that is funny because I have never listened back to any recording. I've never watched myself, and they're all recorded. I can't. I know that my voice changes. Everybody's told me that. I know that I sound different. I know that I just don't think that would be good for me moving forward in it because I don't want my ego to be in it at all. So it's better for me not to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are times, Susie, where Marlena will have specific messages for Jenny. So they'll say, please tell Jenny, blah, 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 blah. And so I'll type it up and make sure Jenny gets that information. So I have all the sessions recorded. Probably a third of them are recorded on Zoom. I've typed up all the sessions. So I have all the information, but I do make sure Jenny gets the information that is specifically for her and for Dave for now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But otherwise, yeah.
The connections.
Yeah.
The connections, the two of you, same with when Stephen was so kind to be a guest, and the connection that they had, and sounds like you have that same type of connection with him as well, and you're all just finding each other. It's so incredible. I need a glass of wine, you guys.
I am so grateful to Spirit for the wonder and the beauty that has shown up in my life. Because like I said in my bio, spiritual things are my favorite things ever. And then to get to find people like Jenny, and Jenny and I have deep soul connections from lifetimes together. And I'm sure Jenny and Stephen have had lifetimes together. And I mean, it just makes life even more beautiful and rich and meaningful and purposeful to be able to have these kinds of connections and do this amazing work together. Because you can ask the Soul Pod any question, anything, and they will answer it. They will. I've asked some crazy questions and they have answers. And I'm like, wow. But I love that when you were asking about your purpose, like they said, go within, because that's the skill they want all the people to learn, is how to connect to their highest light, to their oversoul, and embody that energy. So, and then when you do that, there's never anything else between you and God. There's no guru, no priest, no minister, nothing between you and God. I think that's the whole point.
Oh, I like that. That even makes it sound, I mean, I hate to say enticing, but it does have this sense of like, not enticing, but it gives it more meaning, than even if you were to like you said, people talk to priests and gurus, but to know that you have the power within yourself to go straight to the source is very, I don't even know the word.
That's the whole point of this work. The whole point of my work, the whole point of Christina's work, Stephen's work, all the people of whom we work with in this realm of spirituality, the entire point is to turn all the attention for you to go inward, that you have all the answers. And the whole point of my work with these guides is that, and the Oversoul, now we have it termed Oversoul activation sessions with people, is to do that thing, is for them to tune into their highest light so that they can get the answers within them, not from someone else, not from my guides or anyone else's, but from your own. And so it's an activation that looks different with every single person. I've given an Oversoul activation, of course, to Cristina, to Stephen, and to other friends and all kinds of people. And it is unique in every sense, because people obviously they share with me what happens, and it's always different for everyone, because everyone's experience of how attuned they are to their highest light is different.
Do most people that you work with connect with their Oversoul then? No.
Yes.
Or yes?
Like previously or originally or afterwards?
When you do a past life regression, do most people connect with their Oversoul?
Yes and no. The Oversoul is the system that brings forward the information. So it is the field through which the information comes and the memories come back. But are they able to feel their Oversoul or channel their Oversoul? Not necessarily. And I think that it is about stillness and the breath and being quiet and getting into a meditative state, that's almost like working out. It's like building the muscle, building the pathway for the connection. And it's vital that we do that. Otherwise, we will be slightly disconnected. Like some information can trickle in, but my spiritual teacher, Crystal Ann Compton, used to say it's like when you go into an old house and turn on the faucet, it might be a slow, rusty drip for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then the water starts flowing more freely. It's kind of like that, like connecting with the breath, with the stillness, with you as source builds that muscle to allow the connection to flow more freely.
Yeah.
More openly.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't imagine I would be able to do this if I haven't been meditating for all the years.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
That absolutely makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Well, I can't, Cristina, thank you for offering to go down this path with Jenny here in front of all of our listeners. And Jenny, thank you for being vulnerable and just true to who you are. You both are being so vulnerable and honest, and just, you have so much love to give that you're just not afraid. You have no fear because it's all love. And that is beautiful. And I feel so honored that you all shared it here. And
thank you.
Before we go, I want to have a little rapid fire fun with Cristina. I have to.
Susie.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I never want to offend anybody. Like, oh, I know, like saying that Jesus didn't come to save anybody can be highly offensive to people, you know? But I do want to acknowledge that I understand that some of the things I say can sound radical. And like, who is she to say that? So I just want to acknowledge that. I understand.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That was obviously something important you wanted to express. So I'm glad that you didn't, pop off of this and say, man, I wish I would have said that. So I'm glad that you were able to express how you were really feeling there. That's awesome. Yes. So I like to do 10 rapid fire questions for fun with our guests, just to end it and lighten things up a little bit. So are you ready?
Yes.
Is this just for fun? Silly. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
A place you feel most spiritually connected?
In the water. In a river.
What is your sign, if I may ask?
I'm an Aries. My sign, my GN.
Yeah, that's it. Is that air though, right?
Aries is fire.
Fire. Okay.
Yeah.
And you feel most comfortable in water. I love that. So true.
Because I have a lot of water in my chart. Like everything else is water.
Oh,
mostly.
wow.
And so, yeah, water. I need it.
Favorite crystal to work with? Do you have one?
I mean, I love black tourmaline because it's so grounding. I love all the crystals. All of them. They're all fantastic. Selenite, they're all amazing, but I need to ground my energy a lot. So the grounding ones are excellent. Yeah.
Okay, one word to describe the soul pod.
Love.
Oh, yeah. Spirit, animal, or guide that's shown up for you most often?
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, I'm a cat person. Jenny knows this. So like a large cat, a lioness. I definitely have feline guides. My cat Luna is asleep right there. So she's in physical form, but she's a soul companion for sure and a protector.
Aww. Yeah. Favorite self-care ritual?
I
always like to hear this. What is it?
Shower. Like I take so many showers and I think I just need to be in water a lot and just
that makes sense.
Washing all the stuff away, washing the energy away. Yeah.
Oh, a past life you've uncovered that made you laugh.
Oh gosh. Oh, okay. I'm always used to thinking of other people's past lives. Well, I know Jenny and I had a past life together where we were two little brothers who followed Jesus around when he was here on the planet. And
oh, wait, that's so cute.
It was adorable. I mean, seriously, this life was adorable. Like We were so drawn to his light. We didn't know what he was saying. We didn't understand, but we knew his light, and we just wanted to be there near him. And Jenny was a big brother, and she would bring me around and like, come, let's go. Let's find him again. So that's going to be in the book.
Well, then clearly when you saw her at that, was a drum circle?
Yeah.
And you felt drawn to her?
Yeah.
There, right? Doesn't that make...
Totally makes sense. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's so cute. Makes me think of my boys. Okay. Dream travel destination.
Okay. Well, I always want to go to the mountains. I go to the mountains a lot, but I'd love to go to Greece. Yes.
Okay. What is one book that this is the final question, one book that you'd recommend to anyone on a spiritual journey?
The book that we're writing, Jenny. The book we're writing.
Cool answer.
Perfect answer.
Thank you.
That's cute.
Now, I want to just reference really quick. I wrote down earlier on my notes, you mentioned Doris. I don't know if I'm saying it. Doris Cannon Books.
Dolores Cannon.
Dolores Cannon. And I just want to know, I want to be able to put in the show notes a reference to that so people can.
So Dolores Cannon, she passed away in 2014, an amazing past life regressionist who uncovered loads of information about what happens after you die, about life on other planets, ETs, all sorts of things. Between Death and Life was my favorite book of hers. Between Death and Life. Beautiful.
Okay. So if anyone's interested in that, I'm going to put that in the show notes below and you can check that out.
And then my website, if anybody wants to reach me, is...
That's exactly what I was going to ask you next. How can we reach you and work with you?
So CristinaCrow.com, no H in Cristina. And anybody can email me at Cristina@CristinaCrow.com. And I can work with people in person or over Zoom.
Okay, that will also be in the show notes below. So please check it out. Well, ladies, any last words?
I just want to say to Jenny, thank you, Jenny, for being vulnerable and for allowing the channeling to happen today. It was beautiful, powerful. And thank you, Susie. Y'all are amazing hostesses. I love talking to y'all. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to all of our listeners and followers. Boy, this is a good one. You got to share this one. Share this one with your friends. And hopefully this enlightened you the way that it touched and enlightened me. And moving forward, I feel a little more like in the clouds in a good way.
Good.
So tossing it on to you, Jenny.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Cristina. As always, it's always a pleasure to be in your presence and an honor. And Susie, of course, my favorite little thing. I love you so much. And thank you,
love you
all
too.
For trusting me in this. And whatever you think about it is fine.
I love you too, girl.
I love you.
Love you. All is well.
Yes, all is well. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Sister Sessions podcast. If you found inspiration in today's conversation, we'd love it if you shared the episode with your besties, family, or even your favorite neighbors. We'll be back next week with more to share, but until then, remember, meditation is the key to unlocking your inner peace. All is well, friends. See you soon.